iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
I would want to soak up the whole experience. I've never been in this position before to say I'm on Broadway, having received a nomination. I want to take it all in. I want to take every last experience back with me. I just want to soak it up. That's where I'm at.
I am feeling so excited to be here among these greats that I've looked up to for so long, and also surrounded by so many fellow first-time nominees who I've also admired for so long. I just feel a little overwhelmed and fully within the theater community right now, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Sort of like excited screaming in my head, do you know what I mean? I feel like on the surface I'm like just taking it all in, but inside I'm like,
I'm glad I'm wearing comfortable shoes because this red carpet line is long and hot, and I'm glad I have a handkerchief, but I'm thrilled. I'm completely excited and over the moon to be able to be here with our show and all of this.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting to be here, and you add to Tony Night, you add a 75th anniversary to it as well, and it's like double and triple exciting. All the kids from Music Man are here. Hugh Jackman is here. Sutton Foster is here, and we're ready to go.
I'm so happy. I mean, just on this red carpet, seeing people that we were in shows together years ago, like in the dressing room talking and just trying to make it in the industry and find our way out. And to see them shine tonight, it's blessing me. It really is.
It feels like a thrill ride. It feels like a real validation of all the time, tears, sweat, blood, and everything else that I put into this piece, and all the years of collaborating with my team on this. It feels like a real validation that the time we put in was really worth it.
Just gratitude, joy. You know, I don't know about you, but I was tired of being alone for almost 2 years.
Just nice to be out. Don't often get to put a suit on and take a wander out.
I am overwhelmed with joy. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. I am a little sweaty. I am so excited to be on the carpet. It's been a dream come true in so many ways that I didn't even think were possible. So the fact that they're happening and like it all feels like it's moving so fast, I want to be able to take in as much as I can.
It's really fun to be here. It's really thrilling to be representing two shows that I'm enormously proud of. It's really gratifying to be representing a large number of Black writers and women writers who are not just here nominated, but who have been really present throughout this entire season.
It's a dream come true. Honestly, it feels magical in a lot of ways. It feels like there's electricity in the air that I can touch almost. It's palpable. And so I'm just excited to finally be in this room where it happened. Did I just do a Hamilton? But I guess I did. I did.
No, it definitely feel like deer in headlights, just kind of walking around, smiling, and trying to say, I can't even say
we are writers.
Smart things.
We do know how to use words, but
not right now.
Not right now.
I'm elated. I feel like, it's kind of cheesy to say we're already winners, but I feel like everyone here, the fact that we've gotten our shows up, we're getting our audiences back in. This is a night of celebration, and I think collectively we're going to be celebrating each other no matter what the outcome.
It's a little out of body, to be honest, as it always is. I think especially all the emotion of the full version of the Tony Awards that we haven't had since 2019. And for me, it's always gratitude, because I'm lucky enough that I've worked on a number of shows, some of which have been nominated, some of which haven't, and you always feel like it's very special when this light shines on you and get a chance to celebrate the community. And I know it's going to be an inspiring night.
Well, first of all, there's such a crush of people trying to get in. I forget sometimes that this is such a cultural event. But this year, I'm with these two fantastic artists, and I feel very proud.
I feel so grateful to be amongst all these people. I think we all feel that way. I think we all feel very much like we're just looking at each other saying, look at your beautiful dress, look at us, we survived. It's got a very open-spirited vibe. I don't know if you're feeling that, but it feels that way to me.
Oh, I think there will be a whole lot of joy, some surprises, and just a lot of gratitude to be in space together.
It means that
We as a community are strong. We are resilient. Even when things go bad, we theater people know how to, because that's how we do. We know how to put on a show. You know how to get up in the morning and do what you have to do. And this community has worked really hard to be here tonight. And I'm so happy that we're able to celebrate together in this environment.
Well, it's crazy fun, isn't it?
Well, we feel quite humbled, to be honest, because there's so many good shows out there.
There's
really.
amazing shows. Well, thank you. That's
we'd
very
like
kind.
to think so.
But, it's
but
just,
actually, the competition is incredible.
And just to get any show on, all the shows opening on Broadway is a real achievement. It's very, very special.
Yeah,
so we're
especially
thrilled.
after the horrible 2 years everybody's had. So, you know, it's fantastic to be here with all these amazing people.
It's validation and everything, and particularly on top of the last couple of years we've all had, both in theatre communities and the communities at large, both here in New York and indeed in the UK. It's just, it really is great to see people paying to come into the theatre and want to be entertained. And they'll either be entertained or they won't. That's what we're there for. Our job is done. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Immensely gratifying to be able to have stayed with the work for 9.5 years, and 2 of those years through this pandemic, to have an incredibly passionate, committed cast of genius performers, brilliant collaborators, and that we're able to be here to share the excitement and watch audiences embrace the comeback of Broadway again. That's good.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it's been such a gift working with these actors on this extraordinary play, and to have done 4 weeks of rehearsal and then shut down, and then been able to still stay in contact over Zoom, and then come back, and then have everybody respond so well. It's great, and it's great to be here at the Tonys.
Every part of the process has been just filled with laughter and with joy, and with this sense that what we were bringing to the world was something that wouldn't exist if it weren't for us, that we got to pay tribute to these comedians who we all love, that we got to pay tribute to this kind of show business and this kind of musical theater that matters so much to all of us. And it was just a joyful thing to work with my heroes and to work with Amanda and write this thing where we shared our own brains, and it was all great.
It means so much to me personally, because I truly, truly with all my heart love this show. I love working on the show. It's a show that tells its truth so honestly and without compromise through story and music and song and integrating them, and it's just an incredible, incredible piece of theater that all of us have been working on for years because we loved it without any expectations. It's totally and the surprise and the shock and the happiness that everyone in the company is feeling being here is so earned and so wholesome and pure. You know, it's a thrill. It's a thrill.
It's so exciting. I mean, to be in the first season back after the pandemic, there's just such a general sense of excitement in the rehearsals as we were preparing it, and to see audiences really moved by the story, there's nothing like it.
It's a big story. It's an epic story. It's a piece of history. Tap dancing is invented in our story, but it's also true. But it's a hard show, I think, to explain. And so I just love that when people see it and they're brave theater goers, they want to see it, that they're rewarded.
I don't know if we ever expected it to open.
Yes.
You know, I mean, because and a lot of people on different shows will tell you the same thing. Virtually every show that is open this season went through a really unusual process because of the pandemic. And when that happens, when you
6 years or something like that, 6 years.
No, we've been working on it more than at least 6 years, and that 2-year gap in between, it was very hard to keep faith that you had something that that was actually going to get to the finish line.
It's overwhelming. It just really kind of reminds you what this community of artists, I mean, the beautiful fans are one thing, but the community of artists, we are selfless, empathetic artists who really care about one another, and we've really built a community of love and support. There's no competition. We were here earlier rehearsing for the Tonys, and all it was a big love fest between the shows. This is what it's made of. This is what it's about, love.
Oh, it's incredible to be recognized. You know, Music Man is not a short journey. Music Man is over 3 years of work, and this one's my whole heart on the stage. Not that it ever isn't, but this one, for some reason, is really a very personal journey for me.
Yeah, it's so extraordinary. I mean, I've never been a part of something where I've, gone, once or twice a week to check in on the show and just felt this outpouring of love for this art, and Michael's art connects everyone in that house. And, I'm also really proud. We have one of the most diverse audiences on Broadway, both, in age and in culture. So it feels good. Feels really good.
I think that we've always known that the show is special, but sometimes when you're holding it for yourself, to share it with the world in a way is like quite frightening. So to have them respond back and showing that they're interested in the story, it means that there is hope that people do want to know more about more people.
That I guess it is possible. I was like, oh, the Tonys, yeah, that's for people who do like a lot of Broadway stuff. And I'm always been more interested in developing new stories. And I never in a million years would have expected to be nominated for a Tony for a show that I've developed. I've been involved since 2018 with Paradise Square, and I have worked so hard, and just being able to take the show to Broadway would have been enough. And to get these accolades, like, it just means so much. It really means a lot.
It feels like the ultimate validation, but also the ultimate connection. When we come outside, people all go, this was my story, this was my mother, I've experienced this. And so to have a show that makes people feel less lonely in the world, that they can connect to and enjoy so toe-tappingly, I love it.
Well, it means a very full circle for me because Into the Woods was the first Broadway musical I ever saw with my late mother, and now this is the last show that Stephen was able to witness of his on Broadway while he was alive. So it seems like a very full circle moment for me.
It's really surreal being here because, as you know, we were sort of gearing up for 2020 being sort of the time to open it. But it did give us a lot of time to reflect and really appreciate it. And I feel like, the person I am today, being able to take it all in and just, approach it for what it's worth rather than being more overwhelmed. I think it's all worked out well.
It really touches me because I started writing this musical, as a monologue when I was 23 years old. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and I just sort of made a little life raft for myself to sort of get through a difficult time. And to see so many people come up to me after the shows and to say what it means to them, dialogues that it started in their families, mothers and sons, fathers and sons, like so many different relationships, people coming through, it speaks to the power of art.
I think every one of them was fantastic. You go down the line. The supporting actors, I've never saw it. They brought an individuality to all the other characters, and they brought funny with them, and they're great. They're all great. And better, they're lovely people. Lovely people.
Wonderful people, and we just saw that we live in California. We just came back and saw the show last night for the first time in a few weeks. They're better. I mean, that's what's it.
They became comfortable with the show. And they're delightful, and the audience senses it. It was just great.
It really means a lot in a way that I don't even think I anticipated. I knew it would mean a lot, but it wasn't until we were all in Radio City, listening to people tap dance and warming up and stretching, and you're like, these are my people. This is why I do this. Not for anything else except for this group, the camaraderie, the closeness, the teamwork, all of that. And it really, you get your friends together and you put on a show, and that's what theater is. And we're doing that tonight. Even though it's on the world stage, it still feels like your best friends putting on a show.
I'm looking forward to seeing all of the joy in the room from my fellow nominees. I'm looking forward to the performances. I'm looking forward to Ariana DeBose, who I'm lucky enough to have collaborated with on Bring It On, hosting the Tony Awards, and she's going to be incredible. And I'm looking forward to the tribute to Stephen Sondheim, which I know is going to be really moving. It was hard to lose him this year, and being around James Lapine, the special bond and collaboration that they had. James dedicated our opening night performance of Flying Over Sunset to Stephen Sondheim, so I think that's going to be quite moving.
He gave us this opportunity, No, Bill, you did. He gave us an opportunity and a platform to be able to bring dance and storytelling to a platform that doesn't always honor that. It doesn't always honor Black dance in a way that it's liberating and respected, and also to acknowledge Irish step dance, right? So, you know, we have to say thank you, Bill, for knowing that there is beauty in that storytelling. So, and I feel like he feels proud. It's because this has been our mentor, and you know.
You see what I'm dealing with here tonight? I'm going to start crying.
I am looking forward to looking at all of these wonderful performers. Part of being in the same schedule is that you don't get to see a lot of the other shows. So I'm excited to see. We saw a little bit of rehearsal, but I'm excited to see Six and MJ and so many of the other shows, and just see what they bring to the table, because I know it's good.
Theater is a live art, and you know, we all tried to make do and put things together on Zoom to varying degrees of success, but it's ultimately just not satisfying, because theater to me is a tribal event. We all gather around our tribal fire. We tell stories and we listen to stories, and it's a primal need that as human animals, this is what we do. And we tell our stories because that's what art is. So when that got cut off, it was devastating on a really psychic level. So when it came back, it's like now everyone is breathing again. It's wonderful.
iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.